एंड वेलकम टू शेरदिल IT अकेडमी। आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे गूगल क्लाउड कंप्यूट के बारे में और गूगल क्लाउड की सर्टिफिकेशंस के बारे में। सो लेट मी शेयर माय स्क्रीन फर्स्ट। मुझे बताइएगा जब आप लोग को मेरी स्क्रीन नज़र आना शुरू हो जाए। वी कंडक्ट दिस सेशन ऑन हिंदी एंड उर्दू लैंग्वेज। ओके फ़हीम। ओके, let me see what can I do. Right, so actually this webinar is based on the Google Cloud certification roadmap and how you can start your career as a Google Cloud engineer. So first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Mohammad Usman Khan. I'm the founder and CEO Sherdil IT Academy and the Google Cloud trainer and consultant as well. So I'm a master trainer of AWS, Google, Alibaba, and DevOps. We are currently providing the training and consultancy service not in Pakistan but in 16 countries, right? So I have 16 years of overall IT and networking experience, and I have completed 1500 hours of teaching and training across the world, and trained more than 600 IT professionals on AWS, Google, Alibaba, DevOps, and cloud networking as well. Okay, let's move forward. I will try my best to conduct this session in English language, right? So first, tell me how many of you guys can understand English easily, because I think English is our universal language and all of us can easily understand and communicate in English language. So is there any difficulty? Please do let me know, right? I had a plan to conduct this session in Urdu and Hindi language, but I found some of the group members and some of the users cannot understand Urdu or Hindi language. So I think the best way to start this webinar with English language. Is that okay with everyone? Okay, thank you. Okay, let's move forward. So these are some of my achievements. I'm a multi-cloud trainer and consultant, like I said. So I am certified on AWS, Google, Alibaba, and Microsoft as well. So the agenda of today's session is what, why, and how. Like why Google Cloud certification and Google Cloud roadmap is important for our career as a Google engineer. The benefit of GCP training in your career. Why companies looking for the GCP engineer, and the list of some projects that based on Google Cloud which I have completed, and you should know after completing this course, are you eligible to complete the Google based projects or not. So let's move forward. So starting from the GCP stand for the Google Cloud Platform. So offered by Google. It actually started back 2009 or 2010, but is actually matured by the end of 2015. Is pretty mature. So unlike AWS and Azure Cloud, Google market share is comparatively low. If we compare with the AWS and Azure Cloud, the market share of those two cloud are approximate 55 or 50 percentage. So unlike these two cloud, Google Cloud Platform market share is approximate 15%. So when we talk about the market share, it means if we have the 10 customers on that using the cloud computing services, so out of 10, approximate 2 customers or 3 customers are using Google Cloud Platform or the multi-cloud platform along with the AWS and Azure Cloud, right? So alongside a set of management tools, it has a lot of services which is actually divided or subdivided in multiple domains. So domains is actually based on compute domain, storage domain, network domain, development domain. So definitely the group members who are exist in our webinar is based on the multiple diversified background, right? Some of them are the developers, some of them are desktop support engineers, some of them are the network engineer. So all of you guys can easily start your career as a Google Cloud Platform engineer. Regardless, you are a network engineer, you are a freshie, you are the DevOps engineer, and so on. So why Google Cloud? So these are some of the benefit and features which you can see why you should choose a Google Cloud. So accounts versus projects. So instead of using the different account AWS have based on the projects, so each project is actually the set of resources, right? Like you can create a multiple virtual machines, virtual network in each project. So projects actually includes the set of services and set of resources. So what's the difference between service and resource? Service is actually proposed by the Google Cloud or offered by the Google Cloud, while the resources is actually created by us. So whenever we talk about the virtual machine, so virtual machine is actually created by us and it's normally used for our infrastructure. But the service which we normally use to create this virtual machine is called the Google Compute Engine. This is actually the Google Compute Service or Google Cloud Service, which is actually offered by Google. So that's the difference between the service and resource. The second benefit you can say is the multi-region infrastructure. Unlike AWS, Alibaba and Azure Cloud, the Google Cloud is the only cloud in the world who can provide you the multi-region infrastructure. Why? Because Google have its own dedicated fibers across the world, right? While the rest of the cloud are dependent on the third-party ISPs, right? That's why you will see in the AWS Azure, they will give you the offer to deploy the multi-zone infrastructure within the single region. But whenever we talk about the Google Cloud, it allows us to deploy the multi-region infrastructure, like we can deploy one machine on one region and the second machine on second region, and both of them can communicate with each other on the same network, like the virtual private cloud. So let's say if one machine is exist on the US base and the second machine is based on Mumbai or the Europe side. So in that case, what you can do, you can easily connect both of them with each other. Okay, just 1 minute. Inayat have some issues. All right, Inayat, your mic, your camera is open. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's move forward. Any question till now? Or should I move forward? Okay. So own fiber network, like I said, Google have its own dedicated fiber network, unlike AWS or Azure Cloud, which doesn't have any fiber network. It is dependent on the third-party ISP. Okay. Mahmood, your mic is open, please off. Okay. And the fourth is GCP is inexpensive among all. So whenever we talk about the Google Cloud, using of Google Cloud compute resources is actually inexpensive as compared with the AWS and Azure Cloud. Google Cloud will provide you the 30% sustained discount if you complete the deployment series at the end of the month, right? If you spend the whole resources till 24/7 and the 30 days of the month, at the end of the month, Google Cloud will give you 30% sustained discount. Right? Whenever we talk about the performance, it's a low latency and low downtime as compared with the AWS and Google Cloud. Like whenever we talk about the load balancer, virtual network is actually the multi-region. So you don't need to worry about the data center down. Regardless of the data center down or a region down, you will have the second region in order to provide your services with your customer without any single downtime. Global, regional and zonal resources. So what does it mean? Some of resources are based on global, regardless of any region, regardless of any data center. That's called a project, billing access, security, and so on. And the regional service are those services which is actually dependent on two or more than two data centers. Data center is actually called a zone, right? And some of them resources are the zonal resources, like the virtual machines, virtual machine volumes. These are actually based on the zonal or the data center based resources. So these are the some of the benefits you can enjoy and you can take once you start working on Google Cloud Platform. Security. So everything is encrypted by default. Unlike AWS, the by default security is none. You will have to enable either the single security side encryption or the server side encryption or the KMS, key management service, right? So AWS will give you the option to use none instead of the default encryption. Google will give you the default encryption service, like you cannot disable the encryption setup. At least you will have to choose any one of them, either the basic or the advanced encryption setup, in order to move forward. Whenever we talk about the global scalable infrastructure means scalability in terms of horizontal scalability or the vertical scalability. So whenever we talk about the vertical scaling, it means you are running a machine, a small machine based on 2 GB RAM, and your customer are looking a 4 GB of RAM on permanent basis on the specific server. What you need to do, you will just shut down your server, increase your virtual hardware like 2 GB to 4 GB, and then power on the machine. It will give you the flexibility to shut down your machine just to 2 to 3 minutes and then restart your working. This is called a vertical scaling, where you just increase your performance or increase your hardware by shut down the machine for 2 to 3 minutes. And the second is the horizontal scaling. Horizontal scaling is based on auto scaling and the load balancer, where whenever the event was triggered and the machine have the full load, it will create a new virtual machines along with the first machine behind the load balancer. This is called the horizontal load balancer, which will give you to optimize your infrastructure, which will give you the flexibility to shut down automatically whenever is no need your existing machine. This will save your cost up to 90%. Okay, so we have top 4 cloud across the globe: AWS, Google, Alibaba, and Azure cloud. So AWS has multiple clients, Google have also multiple clients. Recently Tesla and SpaceX have moved on the Google cloud. Whenever we talk about the Microsoft Azure, the top example is White House and the Pentagon, I think, the Microsoft Azure, right? And the Alibaba cloud, the Qatar football match on the 2021 or I think 2022 will be hosted on the Alibaba cloud big data, right? Saudi Telecom STC is based on the Alibaba cloud, and the Malaysian Airways and the Singapore and the China, most of the services are based on the Alibaba cloud, right? Okay, these are the some of the market share which I took from the specific website and is based on the 2020, on the basis of 2020 analysis. And you can see is AWS 32%, Azure 20, and the Google Cloud 9. So you can, if you look around, you will see most of the cloud engineer are based on right, AWS or Azure, like are capable and working on AWS and Azure. But out of 10, only 1 or 2% are capable to work either on multi-cloud or on Google Cloud platform. So you might be the one of them to start working on Google Cloud platform instead of AWS and Azure. But remember, Google Cloud jobs are comparatively low as compared with the AWS or Azure cloud. So choice is yours. So I would always recommend to my students or to my clients to start working on multi-cloud, to start learning multi-cloud, because I don't know where you will start your job as a cloud engineer, either on Google Cloud partner or the AWS partner or both of them. Some customers are working on the multi-cloud platform while some of them are based on the single cloud. So if you started your career as a multi-cloud, the AWS and Azure will be the good combination. But if you go beyond that, you should jump into the Google Cloud platform. Why? The reason I already told in the past, why the benefits, right, which we already discussed. So these are the GCP certification roadmap. I am actually 2x certified and moving towards the Google Cloud Network Engineer. I am the Google Cloud Associate Engineer and the Google Cloud Professional Architect. So these are some of the foundation certifications. Start from the Google Cloud Associate Engineer, G Suite, right? These are the foundation or associate. Whenever we talk about the architect, we have only one certification, Google Cloud Professional Architect. And whenever we talk about the specialization, so specialization, we have Google Cloud Professional Network Engineer, Security Engineer, Data Engineer, Developer, and so on, like DevOps Engineer, Machine Learning, and so on. So Google have approximate 10 to 12 certification are currently exist. So you should start from the Associate Cloud Engineer so that you could get hands-on knowledge on multiple Google Cloud services like Google Compute Engine, Google Virtual Private Cloud, App Engine, which is actually based on the Docker container, Google Container Registry, Kubernetes, serverless Docker, and so on. So as a trainer, what I look forward and what I teach to my student actually is based on the Google 2-in-1 course, which is actually based on Google Cloud Engineer Associate and the Google Cloud Professional Architect. So these two combination actually help my students to move forward and to start their career as a Google Cloud Professional Architect, where they have a good knowledge after completing course to work on the Google reliability, stability, performance, security, and so on. So we completed multiple topics in our course. Start from the billing, projects, identity and access management, compute, scaling like auto scaling, load balancer, security, containerization based on the Kubernetes cluster, based on the App Engine, based on Docker, Google Container Registry, operations, serverless Dockers, BigQuery, which is based on the data analytics, and much more. So those who are looking to start working on Google Cloud Platform, they can easily understand what we will cover or what they will achieve after completed this certification or course. Always remember, if you pass the certification, you will just certify it. But if you complete the training either by yourself or either by the company or academy, you will not only get certified, but you will also get qualified to start work with any company as a technical engineer. Until you get hands-on dirty, you cannot be proceed your career as a good Google Cloud engineer, because certification will give you the opportunity to on interview basis, right? But the main thing is, whenever you start working with the company, you will not stay more than 1 month or 2 months until you get qualified, right? Okay, why company is looking at GCP cloud engineer like you? Because Google Cloud Engineer has a hyperscale or is working as a multi-cloud environment with multiple organizations like Humana, CloudReach, Mercedes-Benz, Altic International, and so on. So I work with multiple companies in the last 5 to 6 years in US and Canada, and all of them are using the multi-cloud. That's why I start jumping into a Google Cloud. So some of the Google Cloud projects. So as you can see, this is one of the projects. Create a Google Cloud DNS template to split traffic between two servers, one for mail and for web. So my client actually, my client was looking a person who could work for my client's client. Like my client have some more clients, right? So they were actually looking help to start working on the Google Deployment Manager, who could write a code on the Jinja language using a Google Cloud Deployment Manager and work with the Google Cloud DNS. So what I did, I actually wrote a code based on the Jinja language and the schema, and then hand over this code to my client and get this project secure, right? Now we have already started our 8 batch globally, but this batch is actually based on Urdu and Hindi language. So if someone is looking the same batch or the same course for you, we can offer one-on-one as well for the English language. So we normally teach in Urdu English or Urdu or Hindi, right? So choice is yours. So our regular bases are regular badges are actually based on Urdu and Hindi language. So if you are familiar with Urdu or Hindi language, you can easily join our batch. So I have completed 2 classes on the basis of Google Cloud, and my 3rd class will be start from this coming Saturday, Pakistani time, 12 p.m. UTC +5, right? So if you are looking someone to teach you on the Google Cloud Associate Engineer or Professional Architect, you can join my batch, right? And feel the difference. Furthermore, you can check my free videos and free 8-hour Google Cloud course using the link freelms.sharedil.org. You can check in the chat description. Thank you everyone. Let's move towards the question answer session.